As we look at alignments and defections, I want to ask first, as we get into this, whether they matter.
It's a big question I've been asking myself, because why defect now? What has been the alarm? I have looked around people defecting from William Ruto, and I'm like, why now? If it's not about their own survival and nothing about how the country is being led, then I think these defections need to be not taken seriously. And I can see some people celebrate when people leave President Ruto. Okay, it's good they're adding on to the numbers of us in the opposition who want to change government, but again, with what motive? So that they do what? They are bringing the numbers so that we achieve what? You see? You cannot be the person who has been pushing all the punitive ways of leadership, then all of a sudden, 1 year to an election, you suddenly realize it's not working. I heard some member of parliament saying that we don't have a parliament. It's been captured. So he's been captured for how long? Because he's there. And these are the things we've said for the last 4 years, that this parliament is a problem. And then they vehemently oppose that we are actually independent. We've not been captured. But then, just before election, they suddenly realize that, parliament is captured. I think that's taking us for a ride. And I've been looking around and I see people, like the other day, there is a new party that was formed. How is it called?
PPK.
PPK.
No, apparently it's not new, but okay.
It was formed in 1996.
It has a new party.
It has a new party leader who apparently realizes that all of a sudden economics is very important, and we need to emancipate ourselves economically. But I look at the person who is telling us these things, and I wonder, at what time did he realize that emancipation of economies is very important? Because I'm looking at not the things he's saying, but the things that he's been doing, the pattern. How did we come to know this guy? So I look at him in 2013, where the whole region where he comes from is supporting their own son, apparently to save him from the gallows of The Hague. He was supporting some shiny guy called Peter Kenneth. He comes in 2017. He wins for his first term. There is a court ruling that annuls the election. One of the first statements in parliament is that President Uhuru should have suspended the constitution and ruled by decree. So, I look at the person who is saying these things. He comes from Kiharu constituency. Kiharu constituency is the one that gave us Matiba, Kenneth, who fought for these freedoms that now you are saying we suspend the constitution. You are disregarding the gains we've got all the way. And Matiba fought for these things until he paid a price of his life, the ultimate price ultimately. This guy comes from a constituency that gave us Julius Kiano, the first medical doctor to ever graduate in this country. He comes from a community and a place that has given us men of repute. But look at how he's doing his own stuff. Now, in his first term, he becomes a hawk, jumping from one helicopter to the other, campaigning for William. Vehemently and ferociously, they get power in 2022. After getting power in 2022, he's the biggest proponent of the finance bill in 2023, where we started having a problem with Ruto. He pushes in the housing levy as the chairman of budget and appropriations. He pushes in the most infamous finance bill of 2024. It backfires, blows up in his face. He flees from William. Suddenly he realizes that the borrowing has been bad. Yet he's been chairman of appropriations committee. He becomes a lecturer and a professor of economics in the media. But when we need him at his workplace, at his workstation to vote, suddenly something is happening in London and we cannot find him in parliament. This is the same guy, when the impeachment of Gachagua comes, he's so flaky, he's missing in action. The other day, when we need him to also stand with us, he does not show up. But today, he suddenly is saying we need to emancipate ourselves economically, defecting, and now he's part of the opposition. At what time does he realize, and what is wrong with his economy? Because he's been there. Can he tell us and take responsibility for the things that have happened that have led us into this bottomless abyss?